The main character, Feet, stands outside a magnificent structure, gazing up in awe. Whoa, so this is the academy, huh? He exclaims, holding a small bunny-like creature named Kiwi. The building is identified as the Weldaria Kingdom Royal First Knight Academy. A man named Jace looks at Feet, thinking, why would Feet say such a thing? Is it just the thrill of fighting someone stronger? Or has he grown tired of life itself, now that he's the strongest? Feet, who had previously stated, I want someone kill me, is now being addressed by Jace. Just to make sure it's clear, Feet, your first objective is, Jace states. Feet confirms he's listening, yeah, I remember. Jace continues, outlining the goal, to reach the top of the Academy's rankings. He warns Feet about the social difficulties he will face. It's rare for a commoner to even get a rank. You'll have to push back against the pressure of nobility. Feet beams, interpreting this as a chance to fight. That means crushing them with overwhelming strength, right? Exactly, Jace confirms. Feet glares at him, asking, you really thought I was just some dumb kid, didn't you? Jace acknowledges the quick grasp, you caught on quicker than I expected you to. Jace then tells Feet, your guide should be here any minute, to which Feet replies, whatever. I guess I'll go handle it. Guide. Just then, a tall, cloaked figure approaches, greeting Jace. It's been a while, Jace. Jace replies, it's good to see you again. The person is introduced as Lady Arya Redtail, the head of the academy. Jace explains, I've already told her your situation so she can support you. Lady Arya Redtail, identified as the Royal First Knight Academy headmistress, greets Feet respectfully, it's an honor to meet you, Sword Saint. Jace comments that she is worthy of the praise, explaining, she should be. She used to lead the first division of the Knight Order. He further reveals that she was nicknamed Arya of the 100 Blossoms, because, during the Human-Demon War, she earned the title after cutting down 100 elite warriors, all alone. Feet, shocked, asks, wait, so you used to be Jace's boss? Lady Arya corrects him, former boss, to be exact. Jace laughs and says, well then, Lady Arya. I've entrusted everything within the academy to Lady Arya. So do as she says. Feet pouts, thinking, you really do think I'm just a kid. Lady Arya offers to guide Feet. I'll take you to your new classroom, first year, Class A. She then addresses him, Sword Saint. No, I should call you Feet from now on, formally approving his transfer. As they walk through the interior, Feet is stunned. Whoa, it's huge. Lady Arya explains the scale. Well, we do need the space to house hundreds of aspiring knights. With over 300 students, it's the largest swordsmanship institution in the kingdom. The Royal First Knight Academy is a 3-year program focused on forging the strongest knights. Feet worries about getting lost, and Lady Arya jokes darkly about a student who got lost and was found days later as only skin and bones. In a moment of focus, Lady Arya notices Feet's powerful aura, but what a refined sword aura. She decides to test his strength with a sudden attack, but Feet effortlessly blocks the strike, making her realize, I couldn't help but test your strength, Sword Saint. She apologizes, but Feet smiles menacingly, suggesting a future fight, I'd like to spar with you sometime. Lady Arya leads Feet into the classroom, informing the students, starting today, a new classmate will be joining us. Feet introduces himself with enthusiasm, my name's Feet. Nice to meet ya. The room falls silent, followed by whispers, as a commoner. In Class A is apparently unheard of. A noble student, first year Class A, Rebecca Lightning, stands up and challenges the decision. Quote, What's the meaning of this, headmistress? Isn't this class reserved for nobles only? Lady Arya calmly explains, there's no such rule. Class placement is based on academic ranking. The best students are placed in Class A. It's just a coincidence that most of them happen to be nobles. Rebecca insists, even so, this is unacceptable. Are you saying he's on par with us? Feet grins and interjects, I'm not just on par. I'm probably stronger than anyone in here. I mean, it's me we're talking about. An enraged student draws a sword, but Lady Arya stops them. Stop. Drawing your weapon without permission is a violation of academy rules. Rebecca then proposes a solution. Then, how about we settle this the knight's way? With a duel. Lady Arya agrees, and Feet is enthusiastic. So I just need to win the fight, huh? That works for me. The headmistress asks Rebecca, do you accept? Rebecca accepts defiantly. Of course. I'll make sure this man never sets foot in Class A again. Lady Arya declares, then it's settled. The duel will be in 30 minutes. You may use the second training ground. Spectators are welcome. Classes will be temporarily suspended. Lady Arya introduces Rebecca to Feet. Her name is Rebecca Lightning. She's the daughter of the famous Lightning family. Feet recognizes the name, linking her to the famous royal knight Clifford Lightning. Lady Arya reveals that Rebecca is Clifford's younger sister and is already ranked 10th in the academy as a first year. Cliff is strong, but Rebecca's got even more potential. Feet is ecstatic. Looks like I get to play with a ranked opponent right away. Lucky me. At the training ground, Lady Arya stands as the witness for the duel. She sets the condition. The match ends if either yields. OR is rendered unconscious. Rebecca notices Feet's lack of a weapon. Hey, where's your sword? Oh, Feet boldly states, I don't use one. Not exactly. I don't really need a sword to beat you. Rebecca is furious, thinking he is mocking her, but accepts the challenge. Then let's begin, Lady Arya says. Rebecca charges immediately, and Lady Arya shouts, start. Rebecca attacks, but Feet effortlessly catches the blade with his bare hand, shocking her. Feet smiles again, holding the sword. What the? Relax, will ya? Let's take our time and enjoy the fight. The atmosphere at the training grounds was buzzing. Whispers spread quickly. A new transfer student, a commoner, apparently. And, seriously, who's she up against? News had spread that Rebecca was having a duel, and people rushed over. One student reacted with disbelief, a commoner and a noble, dueling. Another dismissed the idea of the commoner winning against someone ranked. The fight begins. In the arena, the fight was underway. The noble student, Rebecca, was shocked when her opponent, Feet, caught her sword with his bare hand. Feet then dodged an attack, remarking, your sword speed's impressive. In speed alone, you're top class. But your sword path's way too predictable. Rebecca, furious, yelled, shut up, and launched into a powerful attack, the flash step, a technique of the Lightning family. Feet, however, managed to read and dodge it on his first try. Breathing heavily, Rebecca was left speechless as Feet, smiling, told her, let's reset and go again. Come at me for real. A new respect. A moment later, Rebecca's disposition changed. I take back what I said before, she conceded, you do belong in Class A. She was impressed and stated that no one had dodged her strike before. Feet replied, glad I could be of help. Rebecca quickly added a caveat. That doesn't mean you'll win. A spectating woman in glasses observed, she's going to use that, huh? Rebecca unleashed her ultimate attack, the hammer of the Thunder Emperor. Feet, recognizing her control over Bado, the act of channeling hidden power through a blade, commented, I figured you could use that. And you're controlling it in your first year. You really are a prodigy. He noted, however, that turning a sword into a blunt weapon was not very knightly. Rebecca responded, but I do like the power it gives me. The climax. Feet told her there was no need to worry and invited her, come at me like you're trying to kill me. Rebecca, clenching her weapon, thought, fool. She then launched a Reiko strike, so fast it was like lightning. A lightning-fast strike and a thunder shock on top of it. An onlooker noted that even if you dodge the attack, the surrounding lightning will still hit you, calling it a deadly Bado technique. Feet felt the tingling sensation, realizing this was what lightning felt like. Feet countered with his own move, the thunder release. He knew Rebecca would jump, and as she did, he unleashed another Reiko. Rebecca realized he was channeling lightning through his body to boost his speed. Feet smiled and declared, I've seen enough. Time to pay you back now. Rebecca was shocked. He's faster than me. Quote, Feet struck back with the blade-less slash, which shattered Rebecca's hammer of the Thunder Emperor. She was left stunned, was broken by his bare hands. Quote, Feet concluded, you've got a lot of room to grow. Today, it's my win. He then delivered a final, blade-less thrust. Conclusion. After the dust settled, Rebecca dropped her broken weapon and quietly said, I surrender. A staff member announced to the crowd, Rebecca has forfeited the match. The winner is Feet. The students were stunned. And no way. A commoner beat Rebecca. Feet flashed a peace sign to the crowd. Later, two upperclassmen, Wolf Fangman, second year Class A, rank 5, and Lily Icevale, second year Class A, rank 4, discussed the event. Wolf was annoyed. I came to see the girl who got ranked in her first year, but she lost to some swordless commoner. He asked Lily if she could beat the commoner. Lily replied confidently that while his physical ability was impressive, if that's his only weapon, there's no way to lose. Wolf agreed. Wolf ended with a fierce determination. A swordsman without a sword. And a commoner, no less. A guy like that. I'll be the one to crush him into dust. The chapter, episode 4 inches, opens with a cheerful, morning from the protagonist, which is met with a dismissive, tch, and a quiet, mornin'. The protagonist challenges this response, asking, "What, you think you're too cool to say hi back?" The confrontation is interrupted when a girl, Rebecca, with long braided hair, coughs and quietly says, "Good morning." The protagonist is surprised, saying, "Huh," before happily greeting her, "Oh, Rebecca, morning. Great day, huh." Rebecca says, "You're loud for this early." Feet expresses a feeling of isolation, stating, "It's kinda lonely. Everyone's been avoiding me." Martial arts uniform, the duel and the apology. Later, Rebecca is approached by her peers and reminded that she lost to a commoner who doesn't even use a sword, concluding that this is what she deserved. She is then seen formally apologizing to the protagonist, bowing and saying, "I want to formally apologize for how I treated you yesterday." The protagonist assures her, "No need for all that," and comments, "Besides, that duel with you was a blast." Rebecca acknowledges her arrogance and expresses gratitude, saying the duel made me realize how arrogant I'd been, and that the protagonist proved something important. That bloodline doesn't define sword skill. She vows, "And from now on, I'd like to treat you with the respect you deserve." Sparkles the secret of sword energy. The protagonist offers to show Rebecca how they performed a hand strike during the duel, suggesting it might be faster to just show you. The protagonist explains that sword energy is the inner power a swordsman holds, which it enhances the blade, boosts cutting power. The basic stuff. The protagonist then reveals their secret. If sword energy can be channeled through a blade, making it sharper, stronger, and more durable, why not channel it into the body? They explain that a hand strike works on the same principle as a blade. They further state that if you channel it through your whole body, your skin gets as tough as armor. The training begins with Rebecca attempting to channel the energy into her arm, picturing it turning into a blade. Wolf Fangman's challenge. During the training, a new student, Wolf Fangman, interrupts, addressing Rebecca as Wolf Fangman. Hey, poor little Rebecca. The newcomer, identified as Wolf Fangman, is ranked 5th in the entire academy. He justifies his attack on the unarmed Rebecca by stating, "Weaklings piss me off by just existing, and because she's a loser. Because garbage needs to be cleaned up. He is there, just here to poke some fun." The protagonist challenges him, saying, "Is that your idea of a duel request?" Fangman agrees to a duel but says, "Not right now." He announces that, in a month, we'll hold a selection battle for the upcoming academy tournament, where everyone fights at full force, and representatives are picked based on current skill. He proposes to use the tournament, which he calls the perfect stage, to take you out permanently, doesn't it? The protagonist accepts the challenge. Handshake, the birth of a friendship. After Fangman leaves, the protagonist is asked why they stepped in to defend Rebecca when they weren't mad when she insulted them. The protagonist replies, "Of course I'd get mad now. My friend was about to get hurt." Rebecca is touched, saying, "F friend, huh. No one's ever called me that before." The chapter concludes with Rebecca asking the protagonist, "So, will you be my friend too?" And the protagonist smiling, realizing that with the tournament approaching, things just keep getting more and more interesting. The day began in the academy halls, where a student with dark, black and white hair, Feet, nervously asked another student, a blonde woman named Rebecca, for a favor. You want me to show you around town? Rebecca asked, looking surprised. Yeah, I don't know this city at all. Feet eagerly replied. I don't mind, but... Rebecca trailed off. Before she could finish, Feet grabbed her arm, beaming. Thanks, Rebecca. Rebecca reacted immediately, pushing Feet away. Stop it. Not in public. Rebecca composed herself, giving a cool, logical reason for agreeing. I was thinking of getting a new sword anyway, she stated. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm only coming because it's convenient, she insisted. Feet just grinned. I don't really get it, but if you're gonna show me around, then whatever. Feet, however, had another idea before the outing. Quote. That aside, before the tour, I wanted to get in some training. Mind joining me? Rebecca, holding a sword, of course not. Soon, the group noticed some commotion. They saw a dark-haired girl in a military-style uniform struggling with a sparring partner. What's going on over there? Rebecca wondered. The opponent, a smirking young man, was relentless. That's all you got? Come on, he taunted. Two other students watched the fight, making sneering comments. She's taking time to train you, at least try to fight back, said one. The other added cruelly, commoners really are useless. The struggling girl, looking defeated, dropped her sword. Just as things looked bad, Feet intervened, walking right into the training ring. What kind of training is this? He asked, his eyes sharp. He leveled his gaze at the sparring partner. Mind if I join? The dark-haired girl, now being tended to by Rebecca, affirmed she was all right. The two noble bullies stared at Feet in shock. "Who the hell are you?" shouted one. The other suddenly recognized him. Wait, isn't he that commoner who got into Class A? If you're looking for a match, I'm free, Feet offered confidently. The defeated opponent, now excited by a new target, smiled menacingly. Interesting, he muttered, drawing his sword. The match was short. Feet easily dodged and countered, swiftly knocking the bully down. The bully was furious. Damn it, you'll pay for this, he screamed. Rebecca commented coolly. Those guys were from B class. The hierarchy of the school was visually clear. A, B, C, and D classes. Rebecca explained that B class was second best in our grade, but not on the level of Class A. The dark-haired girl, still stunned, introduced herself. I'm Naoko, a first year from Class D, she said, thanking Feet for saving her. Feet was shocked to hear the class designation. Class D. Wait, Class D is even weaker than those guys. Naoko was clearly embarrassed, confirming that Class D was the lowest ranking class. Rebecca had to gently chastise Feet. Hey, be nice. Naoko then recognized the pair. You're Feet, and that's Rebecca, right? She explained that she had seen Feet's duel and was inspired, especially because they were both commoners. Seeing a fellow commoner stand toe-to-toe with someone ranked 10th. It gave me so much courage, she gushed. Since then, I've looked up to you, Feet. The subject of the nobles' ill treatment of Naoko came up. She confessed that the nobles don't like me very much, because she is a commoner. The experience made Rebecca reflect. Just realizing how narrow my perspective was, she admitted. Feet pushed her, saying, if you can admit that, then you've already changed, haven't you? Feet noticed Naoko's impressive defensive ability during the earlier skirmish. He asked Naoko if she was interested in the selection battle, the tournament that decides who goes to the academy tournament. Naoko was surprised, admitting she was interested but didn't think she was strong enough. Feet immediately seized the opportunity. Then train with us, he declared. Rebecca confirmed she was also entering the tournament, to prove my strength. Feet laid out a bold plan. The nobles looked down on them, Naoko for being a Class D commoner and Rebecca for having lost once. But if all three of us made it into the tournament, just imagine their faces, Feet said, grinning. He looked directly at Naoko, a fierce determination in his eyes. If even a part of you wants to grow stronger, then I can make that happen. This resonated deeply with Naoko, who was struggling with her own powerlessness and the pressure from her loving family. Feet's words offered a lifeline. You can definitely become stronger, he assured her. Rebecca added, as long as your resolve isn't twisted, your blade will answer. Standing together, Feet Feet, Rebecca and Nako made a pact. Let's flip this academy on its head, Feet announced, raising his fist.